Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, as always, I like to start off giving all honor, glory, infinite praise, and worship to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. Double honors to our apostle, elders, a great millstone, and bishops, a great millstone, who rule well, teach well, and sound doctrine. And strong shalom to the hopeful elect, 144,000, and the rest of the large multitude of men, women, and children, that the Lord will have mercy on these last days. Actually, Brother Kadash, representing GMS branch here at Cleveland, Lord willing, to bring out a quick and edifying lesson through the spirit and power of YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Okay? Excuse me, I'm kind of sick, so I got like a hole in my mouth. But, yeah, so the title is new moon versus full moon, right? Or something quick, just touching on a few things, because here I have up, it says lunar eclipses 2024, when, where, and how to see them, from space.com. And one thing I wanted to highlight, I'm not even gonna go into this, you could go to it, do your own research, but one thing I wanted to highlight was that it said the next lunar eclipse of 2024 will be penumbral lunar eclipse on March 25th. All right. Now, this is good information because check this. This is okay. Yeah, this is good information because if you understand the scriptures in terms of why this is significant, because we're around this time is when we're going to actually, here at Great Millstone at least, we're going to be celebrating the Passover, right? Going to 23rd, March 23rd, okay, going into the 24th day, right? So it's around the same time as the lunar eclipse here that they're saying that it's supposed to take place, which is spiritual, because we understand that it was now the full moon, okay, occurs during when? It occurs during, the Passover, okay? We know that it has to be a full moon during Passover, which, according to research, lunar eclipse only happen during full moons, and solar eclipse happen during new moons, okay? Which is an example of the difference between the two, new moons and full moons, showing that it was a full moon during Yahawah's crucifixion, and on top of that, how the new moon wouldn't be a full moon, how a full moon wouldn't be a new moon, okay? So this is proof of that, because we understand that Passover, like I said, happens during a full moon, okay? This is Sirach 43:6. It says, he made the moon also to serve in her season, for a declaration of times and a sign of the world, right? So the moon serves its purpose like the sun and the other luminaries, meaning the stars and anything else, right? Verse 7, from the moon is the sign of feast, right? Right. And from the moon is where we get high holy days from. That comes from the moon. Or not comes from the moon, but the moon dictates on when we celebrate these things, right? Because when Moses was leading the children of Israel. And during the ancient times, we didn't have wall calendars. You know, the calendar that we use today is called the Julian calendar, right? Which some people say the Gregorian calendar, which the Gregorian calendar, I believe, stems from the Julian calendar, right? If I'm not mistaken. And the Julian calendar was designed based off the Egyptian calendar, right? And I forgot the amount of days that the Egyptian calendar had. But the Julian calendar, which we have now today, modern times, stems from the Egyptian calendar. Okay, and this calendar is so messed up. Okay, you know, because the scripture talk about the moon, weeks and months come from the moon, right? You don't have separate. It's not separate. It's all one thing. You know, you have it where you have in this man's calendar, you have leap years. You know, I believe, like the Apostle Ramallah said before, like, 11 days, I believe. 11 days. What do you say? 365 years. 365 days in a year, which is off. So he said, I believe Apostle Ramallah said something along like 11 days. So if in 3 years, in the span of 3 years, what do you say? In the span of 3 years, it would add, damn, if I can't remember. In the span of 3 years, it would add will be damn, I can't remember how the apostle put it, but it just shows you that, like, this man's calendar is off because his days, like, all the days everything's backwards. You know, everything's changed, right? Scripture talk about the changing of laws and times. You know, Esau in Isaiah, right? The turning of things upside down, right? So he disrupted. He didn't disrupt the things in the heavens, but he disrupted the understanding on how we are to follow the things in the heavens, to pertain to the high holy days, right? Things that we keep as a custom in our heritage as a people of the Israelites, right? So, Sirach 43 and 7, it says, from the moon, I don't know if I read 6 all the way through. Let me read it again. He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. From the moon is the sign of feast, a light that decreaseth in her perfection, right? A light that decreaseth in her perfection. When you go to, let me see, because it's something called wax and it's something called wane, right? Wane, just pull it up like this. Make or become smaller, gradually diminish, decline, fade, right? So the moon, what it does is it wanes, right? It wanes. It wanes when it's a full moon. It wanes when it's a full moon. And it waxes. Let me get that word real quick. Grow bigger or greater, to increase, right? It waxes, meaning it gets stronger, okay? And it becomes full. It becomes full. A baby is a baby when it gets to an adult. A male be 25 years of age. You know, he's at the highest height that he can get to. He's 6 feet or whatever. 25 strong. He's in his prime. He's waxed stronger from what? From an infant, right? That's how life goes. That's what life is about. Growing. You know what I'm saying? Plants, you know, everything in life starts small and then it grows. A mustard seed and it grows to the biggest tree. Whatever. Anything you could think of. That's what the Lord deals with. He deals with what? Growth. You know? That's because growth proves that life is involved. You know, when nothing grows, it's dead. It's nothing, is no life in it. So the moon has life in it, just like the sun has life in it. it don't wax or wane, but the what? It rises, it rises. The sun and the moon rises, right? When the sun is in the sky, the moon is down. When the moon comes up, the sun rests, so this is just proof that life is in these elements and things that the Lord created, showing you that he is involved, like it says in Wisdom of Solomon 12:1, thy incorruptible spirit is in all things. So waxing is growing, okay, increasing, right? Grow bigger or greater. And wane is to make or become smaller gradually. See, so that's what happened when with the moon. The moon phases are it get dark and it gets light. So when the moon is actually a full moon, remember when you go to Genesis real quick, and we go back to that Sirach, you go to Genesis 1 and 1, it says in the beginning, meaning a heading. All right. It says, in the beginning, the Most High created the heaven and the earth was without form, and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of the Most High moved upon the face of the waters. Right? Let's jump down to 14 real quick. It says, and the Most High said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. See? And then when you keep going, all right, let's just keep going. And the Most High made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, the sun, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. And the Most High set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And the Most High saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. So the sun and the moon were created on the fourth day. Okay? Because you have a light. You have a light that is vibrant. All right? When the sun, when these things, when the sun goes down, the sky is still lit, and then the sun rises too, or sets. So you have the luminaries in the sky for signs, seasons, different things so that's how we are guided on this earth, to be able to tell us when things are coming in and going out. And the Lord created the moon, right? And he created what? And he created the moon full of light. Because the Lord said what? It was perfect. He said it was good. Where I just read that. Where is it at? Oh, it is verse 18. And the Most High saw that it was good. Or the powers saw that it was good. Right? Because the AHBANAWA created these things. YAHAWASHI and the elect. Right? Through the power of Yahweh. So it says, and the Most High saw that it was good. So the moon was created, right, first on the scene as a full moon, because everything was created in its perfected state. So when you go back to Sirach 43, it says, from the moon, 7, from the moon is a sign of feast, a light that decreaseth in her perfection. So when it's a full moon, it's at a perfect state. So it's full of light. When you're full of light, you're perfect. That's what we're going to be in the kingdom. We're going to be full of light. Perfect. We're never going to be able to die, because we're going to be full of light. It's going to allow us to live in forever. The moon is full of light when it's a full moon. So it's perfect. So what happens is it decreases, and it starts all over again. It has a cycle to it. You see? Just like life itself has a cycle to it, and it decreases in its perfection. So just like the Lord created on the on the fourth day, is at its perfect state, and from there it wanes, and it gets smaller, and then it grows again. You see, it grows again, meaning wax, like we brought out. So it's perfect as a full moon. So that can't be the new moon. The new moon is when you can't see the moon. It's the dark moon. And then it gets stronger from there. So the new moon is when you're fresh, you're not perfect. You see? When you're a new baby, when you're a newborn, you're not perfect. You have to grow to be perfect. You got to learn how to talk, walk, get stronger. Your bones, you know, your mind gets bigger. It starts small and then it gets bigger. Your bones grow. Your eye, everything gets bigger. Right? We wax. We get stronger. And then we become perfect. We once were new though, just like the moon. See? It says, the month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven. Right? The month, this is where you get like my name, which is spiritual, because, you know, through the spirit, you know, as you studying and different things of that. It hit me today, actually, you know, meditating on this, because like my name is HAQADASH, which is where you get the word month from. Okay, HAQADASH. Okay. And HAQADASH means new, and it also means month, which is spiritual, because like Apostle Ramla may mention this before a while ago about was it Apostle Ramla? I think it was either Apostle Ramla or Elder Ariala from the Dallas camp. One of the two may mention about the word Kadash and how the night watchers at night, you know what I'm saying, dealing with the night watchers who will watch the stars in the night at night, you know, and it's spiritual, because I'm a Gadite, you know, and my name is Kadash, you know what I'm saying, and I don't sleep at night. I'm up all through the night, even though I got to get up at a certain time. I'm up at night. So I just thought that was spiritual in itself, which makes sense now, you know, even more. You know, the Lord just got me up at night, man. You know what I'm saying? And my name is what it is. So it's all tied in together, you know, because the moon also has a play on our mind and a play on our spirits too. Because like the apostles make mention, the body, and like you could do your research on it, you know, the body is made up of over 70% of water, you know, over 70%. So the moon has an effect on the mood swings or the mind of the people. When it's a full moon, like they say in the world, it must be a full moon, you know, because the moon has a pull on the tides, like the ocean. The moon has a magnetic pull on water. So the body is made up of over 70% of water. It has an effect on the body. And then when the moon is new again, you know, you're more at a calmer state than you were at a full moon, you know. So just something to add there too, you know. But these are the couple differences between the new moon and the full moon, which, again, the full moon is different from the new moon, and the new moon is clearly not the full moon. Okay. It says, Sirach 43:8, the month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her changing. Right? She changes from a new moon to a full moon, back to a new moon. Right? And when does it become a full moon? It becomes a full moon. Let me get this real quick. In Leviticus 23. This is Leviticus 23. Let's start at 5. In the 14th day of the first month, at even is the Lord's Passover. And on the 15th day of the same month is the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Unto the Lord 7 days you must eat unleavened bread. Right? Where's the let me see. Let me get damn. It's slipping my mind right now. Matter of fact, let me try this real quick. What was I in? Do I want the one in let's see, bear with me. Let's try something real quick. Let's see what this one say. I can't remember which one I wanted. It's all good. It's all through the spirit. But the point is that damn, I can't remember which one it is. It's all good. So the point is that the first month, right? The start of the month will be that's how we determine our month, is because the new moon came in. And then on the 14th day, it would be the Lord's Passover, which will be a full moon, right? 14 days in, the moon becomes full, and then it goes back down. It decreases again. You see? So it was a full moon on the Passover. Every Passover is a full moon, and it was a full moon when Yahawashi got crucified, right? And lunar eclipses happen during full moons. How do we know this too? Because if you go to, let's see, all right, if you go to like, let me see if they got it on here. Lunar eclipse time. I don't know shit. Hold up. Lunar eclipse time. Thought I had it up. Because the difference between the two is that a lunar eclipse lasts about 3 hours, while a solar eclipse only lasts for a few seconds. And according to the scriptures, it was from the 6th hour to the 9th hour, which was 3 hours. So it couldn't have been a solar eclipse during Yahawah's crucifixion. Where is it at, man? I should have highlighted it. So, like I said, a solar eclipse only lasts for a few seconds, while a lunar eclipse lasts for 3 hours. Which, like I said, was the time frame of Yahawah's crucifixion itself. Okay, about 3 hours. Okay. So, continuing Sirach 43:8, the month is called after her name. Right? The month is called after her name. There you say at some for moon, it says heavenly body which revolves about the earth monthly. It says, there you go, month. You know, we could have went to the blue letter for it too, but you know, just went here. It says what? To measure. The moon is how we measure the times, like in terms of seasons and things. This is how we know when the moon, what high holy days is coming up, where we're at, what time it is. This is how you tell true time, by the phases of the moon. You know, the luminaries tell us what season we're in. You know, summer, whether it's spring, and so forth. You see? So the moon means to measure, and it means month. HAQADASH. See? Yeah, so that's all we want. I just wanted this to be quick. Sirach 43:8, the month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven. The beauty of heaven, the glory of the stars, and ornament giving light in the highest places of the Lord. At the commandment of the Holy One, they will stand in their order and never faint in their watches. See? The moon never changed. Even from the beginning of time, it still do and always did what it always did. Okay? That's just what it is. Okay? So, this is kind of some differences between the two. All right? Let's see later. Ooh, there you go. Ooh, beautiful. What are the moon phases? The short answer, we have a slightly different view of the moon each night. We describe how the moon looks with 8 moon phases or shapes. Look at that. Dark moon. Let me zoom in. Can I zoom in? Can't zoom in. New. See that? Waxing crescent. First quarter. Waxing grievous. You know, Esau come up with these names and shit. Full. When the moon is full of light. Then it goes back down the same way it started. Okay? See? Look at that. They show you right there. This is the difference between a new moon and a full moon. The moon don't go away, but the moon has a phase to it. It gets dark and it gets light because of how it rotates, how it comes up, and how the Lord created it. That's just what it is. Like it says, why does this happen? The shape of the moon isn't changing throughout the month. However, our view of the moon does change. You know? So, yeah, there you have it, man. I just wanted this to be, it says the new moon, we cannot see the moon when it is new moon. Right. Exactly. So, here you are, I'm playing with the demo. What's today's date? The 20th. So, it'll show you the phase of the moon now. And then, boom. And then, let's keep going. Oh, they stopped it. Right. Boom. See? So, in March 7th, it's going to be a new moon. Around that time. Okay? According to this. And then, after that, and then 14 days. All right. 14, 15 days after that. Would be let's see, the 7th, 8, 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Right. Will be the 23rd. 14 days after. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We'll be around when we're celebrating Passover, man. And that's how you do it. And you don't count it according to Esau. See, this is how I throw you off because Esau got this calendar, man. And you'll be like, well, it don't line up, brother. Well, no, because you got to remember we lose 11 days because Esau has a lunar, he has a what's it called? He has a leap year. Like Apostle was saying, you have a leap year, which you lose 11 days, which is you lose a month every 3 years. You see? According to Esau's calendar. That's what he was talking about. You know? So, you can't really necessarily go according to his calendar because it's off. It don't even exist. It's just made up. you know. So you have to go by the moon phases. But we put the dates with it so you kind of can understand. That's why sometimes the dates be all over the place. That's why sometimes we have the double Sabbaths, as we say, in 1 month. Because if you go to Esau's calendar, that's what will happen. But if we kept it according just to the moon, you'd be like, oh, it's just a new month, see, or it's just a new month, and what have you. But because we're following his calendar, we'd be like, oh, it's a double Sabbath in the same month, and that's not really the case according to the moon, because the moon is his own calendar, right? So just something quick through the spirit and power of YAHWASHI YAHWASHI. Lord willing, it was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, infinite praise, and worship to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. Until next time, shalom.